Thailand is known for its stunning landscapes, warm hospitality, and its rich culture. As one of the top destinations for tourists and expatriates alike, many are drawn to the land of smiles for a fresh start, relaxation, or adventure. However, beneath the surface of its welcoming environment lies a complex social dynamic that expatriates and visitors must understand to avoid conflict. Disputes with locals can escalate quickly and at times even result in severe consequences. In this video, we're going to examine why conflicts with Thais can become violent and also share some cautionary tales from real life examples. Now, I am Scott. In case you don't know, I'm an American who's been living in Thailand for the past 30 years. That's right, 30. And if you enjoy this video, be sure to hit the like button, subscribe if you have not done so already, ring the notification bell to stay up to date with all videos and live streams. And if you have any questions, if you have a Dear Scott letter or you want to send in a letter, whatever you want, or you need a consultation, feel free to reach out to me at anamericaninbangkok@gmail.com. In Thailand, the concept of face is integral to the culture. It refers to one's reputation, their dignity, their self-respect, and maintaining face is considered crucial in social interactions. Now, they're crucial in some situations, and in some situations they're not. That's how it works. A loss of face, whether through public embarrassment, humiliation, or conflict, can have significant consequences in a society that values harmony and respect, as Thailand does. Because of this, conflicts that seem minor on the surface can quickly escalate, especially if one party feels that their face has been compromised. For expatriates and tourists, it is essential to understand what might be a small disagreement or miscommunication in their home country can become a full-blown conflict here in Thailand. Public confrontations, raising one's voice, or challenging someone in front of others can lead to intense reactions. Believe that. The importance of saving face means that Thais often avoid direct confrontations but may express their displeasure in more passive, aggressive, or indirect ways. However, and this is very important, if pushed to the edge, these tensions can explode into violence. And let me tell you, not all Thais are Muay Thai fighters. They're not all great fighters, but they will, and they can, they do, and they will use whatever they have to get the advantage, whether it means ganging up on you or whatever. But this is precisely what happened in two cases that we're going to explore very quickly here. One is the story of a British couple in Hua Hin, and the other is it was a tragic death of an American expatriate in Bangkok. So number one, the UK couple in Hua Hin. In December of 2023, Des and Mary Byrne, a retired couple from the UK, became embroiled in legal and physical conflict with their Thai neighbors in Hua Hin. Very unfortunate. The dispute began when they attempted to stop the construction of a neighboring building that they believed violated property boundaries. Tension between the company and their Thai neighbors built up over time, culminating in a violent attack. On the night of the assault, the neighbors stormed into the Burns property. Despite being elderly, I think they were in their 70s. The couple was attacked with a level of brutality that left both of them seriously injured. Des suffered facial injuries, and Mary sustained a broken nose along with severe trauma, including a brain injury that affected her heart function. They were rushed to the hospital, and after multiple surgeries, they were left with lasting physical and emotional scars. That's pretty bad, right? However, the most shocking part of this story is that despite clear evidence that the Byrnes were the victims, the Thai legal system charged them with assault, accusing them of instigating the violence. The neighbors were lightly penalized for their actions. The Burns were fined, and the court's leniency towards the attackers forced them to rethink their future in Thailand. The couple ultimately decided to return to the UK, disillusioned by the legal and cultural systems that they had trusted. This story is a perfect example of how cultural differences in the understanding of conflict resolution can lead to tragic outcomes. The Burns may have not intended to provoke their neighbors, but their actions inadvertently threatened the neighbor's sense of face. The loss of face likely played a significant role in the escalation of this situation. Now, they are two Brits. And what I said was maybe they should have got somebody involved who was a Thai to be a mediator. That might have been something that could help them out. They didn't. It went from there. It's unfortunate, but that's how it works. Now, in example two, it was much more severe. In another tragic incident, an American expatriate, Troy Lee Pilkington, was killed in 2013 after a seemingly minor dispute over a 51 baht taxi fare in Bangkok. Pilkington had been living in Thailand for over 3 years, working for Caterpillar. He was an American who was well integrated into Thai society, married to a Thai woman, and supported his extended Thai family. On the day of the incident, Pilkington took a taxi from central Bang Na to his home on Sukhumvit Soi 85. Due to heavy traffic, the meter increased and Pilkington became upset, accusing the driver, Chichai Utmacha, of overcharging. Pilkington then decided not to pay the fare and tried to leave the taxi without resolving the issue. Now, that was his first mistake, or one of the mistakes that he made. At this point, the situation rapidly escalated. According to reports, Pilkington allegedly threw a cup of coffee at the driver, which may have been perceived as an insult. You don't need to do that. I know you may want to do that. You may want to do a lot of things. But the best thing to do is keep your calm in this kind of situation, because in this situation, the response was the driver retrieved a 12-inch machete from his car and fatally attacked Pilkington. 51 baht. What makes this case particularly tragic is that Pilkington wasn't drunk, as some might assume when hearing about a conflict involving an expatriate and a local. His sister made it clear he wasn't under the influence at the time of the incident. The real issue was how the confrontation played out in public and how it threatened the driver's sense of face. The taxi driver may have felt humiliated by his accusations and subsequent behavior, leading him to take a violent step in a fit of rage. Now, these kind of things happen all the time. They have happened to me several times. And generally, let me tell you something. If someone bumps into you when you're walking along on the street, you don't get mad. You don't yell at the guy. You say, "I'm sorry." And I hate to say that. You weren't at fault, right? But it's better to keep living. What do you want to do? Be proud and die? You want to be proud and get beat up by a gang full of guys? 10 guys jump in because they want to help their compatriot? In both of these examples, the importance of face was central to the escalation of the conflicts. In Thailand, the concept of face is linked to one's reputation in the community, and losing face can feel like a direct attack on a person's identity. For Thais, public humiliation or being publicly criticized can lead to shame and anger, which may manifest itself in violent behavior, especially if they feel cornered or unable to save face through more subtle means. Now, I think of something. I got into an accident a long time ago, 28 years ago. I was on a motorcycle. There was another guy on a motorcycle. He had like 4 people on his motorcycle. He's looking behind him. I'm driving along. I can't go past the car in front of me. I can't go to the right because there's a car coming. I can't go to the left because he is in front of me. There was nothing for me to do. I ran right into him. He wanted to blame it on me. And at first I was angry about this. You know, I wanted to fight. I'm the one bleeding. This guy's giving me a hard time. Hey, you're the one who did it. I had a girlfriend back then, and I called her, which was a smart move on my part. She came, and she said, just get out of here for a minute, go over to the side, stand there, just don't do anything. I told her, don't give him any money. Don't you dare give him any money. You know, the guy wanted like 10,000 baht. She ended up giving him 200 baht. The guy took the 200 baht. He went off on his merry way. I never saw him again. Not only did we give him 200 baht, but the motorcycle was damaged. I had to pay like 5,000 baht to get it fixed. So that's something I wasn't too happy about. But you know what? I'm alive. That's the thing. I'm alive. Understanding what cultural nuance is very critical for anyone living or traveling to Thailand. I feel bad for people just coming over here because they might lose it accidentally. They might let go of their temper, and who knows what's going to happen. But when involved in a dispute, it's not just the facts of the argument that matter. The facts don't always matter. But it's also how these facts are communicated and perceived. What might seem like a reasonable disagreement to a Westerner can be seen as an affront to someone's dignity, leading to rather dangerous consequences. Okay, so here's a couple of tips for avoiding conflict in Thailand. Number one, don't confront publicly. That's a surefire way to escalate a situation. Even if you are right, challenging someone in front of others can lead to significant repercussions. Always try to address them privately and respectfully. Number two, be aware of your behavior. In Thai culture, gestures, tone of voice, body language can speak volumes. So, you know, if you're giving dirty looks and you're rolling your eyes and doing all these kind of things, not very good. Okay, you want to be mindful of how you express your feelings and avoid aggressive or confrontational behavior. Number three, understand the role of authority. In many cases, conflicts can be resolved through a third party, as I said, such as a local mediator, police, or even the village head, the Puyai Ban. It's essential to respect the authority and seek mediation rather than escalation. Someone I know was telling me about how they had a problem with a guy in the neighborhood. He's driving through the neighborhood on a motorbike. The motorbike is extremely loud, and he's getting ready to say something. He wants to do something about it. But he did the right thing. He let the Puyai Ban talk to the person, and now the guy doesn't do it anymore. Okay? Number four, know when to walk away. Sometimes the best way to handle a dispute is to simply walk away, especially if you sense that the situation is becoming dangerous. Understanding when to de-escalate can save you from harm, sometimes very serious harm. And let me tell you, when I first got here, this is not how I thought. But over time, I have learned there are better ways to handle things. There are ways to handle things that will keep you alive here, alive to possibly fight another day, or just alive, period. Okay? And I don't particularly like them, but you know what? I really would like to stay alive. Number five, respect cultural norms. Take time to learn about Thai culture and values. I say this to everybody. Everybody that comes here, I say, learn to speak the language and learn the culture. Take a year, take 2 years. Before you get madly in love with some girl, before you do, take time. Because you show respect for the local customs and you avoid actions that can be perceived as disrespectful, and they will help you navigate your social interactions more smoothly. And the thing is that in the beginning, what I noticed is that the biggest problem I had was miscommunication. That was extremely important. They thought one thing, I thought something different. Now, once I learned the language and I learned how to deal with things and I learned something about the culture, those kind of things, they've disappeared. I don't usually get into any kind of conflict. First of all, I don't get aggressive anymore. Because you may think, oh, I'm going to beat this guy. Oh, I'm going to do whatever. And guess what? You might. And then maybe 20 guys will jump in on you and they're going to, tear you apart. Maybe. Or maybe you'll just go to jail. Whatever. Conflict resolution in Thailand, like anywhere else, is rooted in cultural understanding and mutual respect. The two incidents that we discussed today are extreme examples, but they highlight the need for foreigners to navigate local culture carefully. Learn about it. If you're living or traveling in Thailand, it's essential to be always be aware of the cultural nuances and how your actions may be perceived. Very true. Okay, if you found this video useful, please like, subscribe, hit the notification bell to stay updated on the future content. And if you have any questions or would like a consultation, as I said, email anamerikaninbangkok@gmail.com. Until next time, I am Scott. I'm an American in Bangkok. Chok di leo jerken mai, which is good luck, and see you again. Take care. Be smart, right? Be smart. And remember, you want to live the expat life the right way.